Stories have power. One of the first stories that you're going to tell about your business is a story about you. And this is your elevator pitch. You've all heard of them, right? And where did this whole concept get started? It's that you want to make a big pitch to somebody important, and you only have the amount of time that it takes to get from the base floor of the elevator to their floor, and you have to get everything out in that moment so they turn around and say, "Yes, I want to talk with you." Does that sound familiar? Well, that's the old way of doing things. Today, we're going to talk about the new way of doing a power pitch. So buckle up because this is going to be fun. All right, here we go. So the power pitch is the new replacement for the elevator pitch. It is a new way to say the old thing, but in a much better way, in a way that will get you clients, that will get you business, that will get you cash, and that will turn heads. Most elevator pitches are really quite boring. In fact, most people don't even have an elevator pitch. So here's what we want to start with today. No matter where you're watching from, go ahead and put down in the comments, what is your elevator pitch? When someone says, "Hi, what do you do?" What is it that you say? What are you telling them that you do? Because those first 10 to 30 seconds matter in terms of you getting an appointment or a sale out of that at all. You can never have a second shot at a great first impression. So what we want to do today is we want to put the old elevator pitches to bed. They're dead, and we are going to resurrect them with what we call a power pitch. So this is really going to be a lot of fun, and this is what the whole talk today is about. We want you to stop doing the old dead format of an elevator pitch. And you've probably heard them a lot of times. I help X do Y without Z, right? Everybody teaches it. Everybody does. And it doesn't work. It's not effective. So what we want to do is move things forward. And the question is your elevator pitch broken? If it is, we definitely want to fix it. So let's figure this out. What is your elevator pitch? What do you say when someone says, "Hi, what do you do?" I want you to put it down below. If you put a comment down below, then I will come back with you and give you a revision, and we'll turn that elevator pitch that you have, the old version, we're going to turn it around and give you a new version. All right. And it will happen very quickly. In fact, if you stick around a little bit, I am going to give you a place where you can go and you can download and get this entire structure and this formula so that you don't have to worry about having a broken elevator pitch again. So as we're going forward with this, let's go ahead and talk about what this is really all about, okay? Why is this so important? Because if you think about it, every business has a story. People love stories. If I say imagine or once upon a time, did you hear about? These are the beginnings of stories, and people lean in and they want to do more of that. But the old way of delivering an elevator pitch does none of that. So we're going to break this down, and so that you can understand why it doesn't work, okay? So let's go ahead and take a lot closer look at this and what we're talking about here. If you're still using the old elevator pitch, it is no wonder that you're having a hard time getting your foot in the door and trying to close sales. Here's why elevator pitches don't work. Does this look familiar to you? Okay, let's look at this and let's break this down. Why doesn't it work? An elevator pitch the old way doesn't work because the very first thing you do is say, me, 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 all about me. What is the first word of an elevator pitch? I am a real estate agent. I have a nursery. I'm a banker. I'm a mortgage broker. I paint. I'm a painter. I'm in the solar business. It's all I, me, me, me. Nobody cares about that. What do we care about? Everyone cares about themselves. And so that's the first rule we have to break. Okay? Then you talk about everything that you do. And then I can help you. I can help you do this and this and this and this. And you get all pitchy. It doesn't work. And then what? You're going for a hard close. We should get together. let me get on your schedule. It's so in your face that most people are like, oh, where's the button to push to get in and get the elevator moving again, right? Okay, so we need to get out of this mode. It clearly does not work. Okay, so what we want to do is dive right in, because you have to think about the red ocean and the blue ocean, right? You understand this as a business owner. Red ocean is a lot of competition, blue ocean, very little competition. And there's this dividing line, right? And so it's like we're parting the seas, and you want to get on the side of the blue ocean. Now, with our clients, we always say we're going to be in a green ocean. That's where you really make the money. But you want to first start out with, how do I distinguish myself from everybody else who does what I do? Because let's be honest, what you do does not make you a snowflake. Who you are makes you a snowflake. But what you do, thousands and thousands of other people are doing it. So how are you going to stand out? So here's the thing. If you improve your pitch, you will improve your profits. Everybody's coming out with the exact same thing, right? It's just a different color suit. But everybody's lined up. They know that I do X for Y without Z. And everyone says, oh, that's so magical. It's not magical. How many of you are doing that? It's actually boring. So we want to get away from that. Now, I want you to know that if you are watching this and you want to replay, because I'm going to give you a whole bunch of links, a whole bunch of tools, a whole bunch of resources, and a framework, how you actually structure this in a way that makes people want to buy from you and line up and raise their hand and say, yeah, I want to talk to you. That's exactly what I need. Okay. Just type hashtag replay if you want that. So again, as we go along, write your elevator pitch down. Yes, it's a free promotion for you. Okay. No links, just your elevator pitch. People will find you. Don't worry. So, okay. So what do we need to do? This is what we want to start with. You have to have them feel that what you have to show them is so important. Okay. Yeah. And what I have to show you is super important. But first, I want to qualify it with a couple things. How are we going to qualify it? Showing you some results. Because it doesn't matter what people say if they can't back it up with results, right? So there's a lot of clients that we've had that have done tremendous amounts of business with a power pitch. It works. One presentation that I did this year, just about 4 months ago, I stood up. I did not have an opportunity to speak. I just gave my power pitch within 30 seconds. And at the end of that breakfast, I closed $75,000 in business. I have another client. So it's not just me, okay? And these are all different kinds of businesses. So I have another client, did $6,000 at one coffee event. $10,000 got her, she got a $10,000 speaking gig from one power pitch. Another client, just within the last 2 weeks, did her very first talk. All right. How many of you would love to do your very first talk? Well, she did her very first speaking gig, and she got 2 clients, and her product sells for $30,000 on her very first talk. And we had to redo, her whole pitch, but it worked. And it got people to say, I want to work with you. That's what you want. The power pitch should raise hands, right? And say, yes, I want to hear more. I want to know what else you have. The question is, but I work with these people and these people and these people. The question is, how many of these do you need? How many power pitches do you actually need? Maybe you have some for your clients, maybe some that you have with your team to motivate your team. You can have a different power pitch with some of the vendors, right? There could be different ones that you develop. But the beauty of the power pitch is that you actually can have one. And that's where you want to start. Have one power pitch that can work for anybody. It's entirely universal. The goal here is to simplify your business, not to complicate it. These power pitches are not easy. You're not going to go tonight after this and create one and it's going to be perfect and you're going to knock it out of the park. Now, people do, but I'm telling you, you still need work on it. It's not like a one-shot thing like, okay, it's this, and then I'm going to say that and it's forever good. They do take a while, okay? So you need some different ones possibly, right? What it does is it's really about that fingerprint. What's your fingerprint? It's your unique stamp on what you do, all right? So it's that thing that makes you different. You have to stand out from everybody else. And the other thing is, you don't want people knowing after your power pitch what you actually do. That's the beauty of it, right? See, curiosity is very powerful in business. So you need that unique fingerprint. You also need to know not just who you are, but who is your audience? Who is that avatar? Who exactly are you talking about? And a lot of people hate avatar work. I hate avatar work. I even hate teaching it. I never teach it on the show because it's boring, but you must know who they are. And there's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of research and a lot of refining and surveys. It does take time, but once you have it, one time in your business, that's all you have to do. It works. And then you need to know, what is my offer? Okay. So those are the three things that you absolutely must know before you actually try and formulate your power pitch. You must know exactly what makes you distinguished. Who is your unique audience that you want to focus on? Not everybody, a very tiny microcosm of the macrocosm, okay? And then what is the offer that you're really intending to sell from this? Hopefully, this is making sense to you. If it is, let me know. Keep putting your elevator pitch down there. As we go along, I'm going to teach you the framework tonight, right here, not holding anything back. I'm going to show you exact framework of a power pitch so you can start crafting it tonight. Put your power pitch down below. We'll compare your elevator pitch to your power pitch. And if you want a free assessment, go ahead and put it in there, or just say free down below, and we'll help you get your power pitch written out for you. Okay. It is huge. So there's 4 key objectives that are vital to a power pitch. Okay. And so let's go and look deeper into these because this is very important. First thing is you have to grab attention. And the next part of a power pitch is that it conveys alignment, like, hey, you and I are the same. And then it sparks arousal. You're like, huh, I wonder if this person could help me. And then it encourages action. It's that simple. You see how it's completely different from the structure of a regular elevator pitch. Okay. So you're grabbing attention, and that is the very first part. How do you do that? How do you grab attention from somebody like that? You say their name, right? So you start every power pitch with you, okay? That is very, very important. And then you're going to convey the alignment, and they're going to say, wow, yeah, they'll start nodding. Yeah, this is me. Yeah, I can totally relate. And people feel, right, the know, like, and trust. When you have that know, like, and trust factor in your power pitch, people actually pay more attention and they want to know more. So, with those 4 pieces, this is the actual verbiage of a power pitch. Now, don't worry if you can't see this, if you're driving or something else, and you can't read this. I will give this to you, and I have a link here at the bottom. You can go to that link, and we just put down link down below in the comments. I'll send you the link, and you can go in there and you can get this. This is the exact power pitch formula. And we've been doing this for over 20 years with all of our clients. It completely changes their business. And there's really 2 parts to it. Okay. There's the know how and the show how, right? Very, very simple. Don't complicate it. And then we have a call to action at the end. So let me go a little further into this. The first part is you know how. Why is this so powerful? Okay. This is very, very powerful, more so than a power pitch, because more so than an elevator pitch, because with a power pitch, you start off with a question and a story, and people lean in. People always lean in on a story. So you know how. And people are like, what's going to happen? Okay. The first word is the power word, you. Okay. Your temptation with a power pitch is going to be when someone says, what do you do? Your temptation is to not go into story mode. Your temptation is to quickly say, I do blah, 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 and go on and on and on. Don't do it. Okay. It takes practice to not go into the old formula. So you always start with the you. You know how. It's a question. And they're like, yeah, you're asking me a question. I'm going to listen for the answer so I can feed it back. And they're going to go, yeah. So you know how driven entrepreneurs Hey, yeah, I'm a driven entrepreneur. And they get into business to make a big impact and to change the lives of all their clients. Like, yeah, yeah, that's what I want to do, right? They see that? They're in agreement and you've conveyed that alignment with them. So, what happens next? Are you getting this? Okay, start thinking, how can I start doing this? So, there is then, like, you know how this is happening? Well, then there's a drop off. You kind of fall off the cliff. Okay. Like, yes, this is good. This is me. So, you know how driven entrepreneurs get into business with big dreams of changing their lives and the lives of all their clients. But, and then something terrible happens. What is the terrible thing? For a lot of entrepreneurs, you get into business and you realize a few years in that you're working harder than you ever have in a job. You're not making the money. You're overwhelmed and you barely get to see your family. So there's the, yes, this is why I did this. There's a big ambition. Okay. And then there's the fall off. The dream falls apart. So that's the cliffhanger. This is the whole Joseph Campbell's story arc in a power pitch. This is why this is so powerful. If you are not using it, you will notice a significant drop in business. If you do use it, you will notice instant reaction from your audience. There's nobody who's ever delivered a perfect power pitch and didn't get someone coming up to them say, I know somebody, or that is me, or oh, you had me at hello, right? So it is that quick and instant. And you know right away if you've nailed it. And we have different ways of showing you how to test it. And within a week, you will have it perfect. I promise you. But if you don't use it and you don't test it, it will not work. If in a pressure situation, you revert back to the old elevator pitch, you're dead. And guess what happens in 2025 and 26 and 27? The next year's, your business is dead too. Don't go with an old power pitch. So now we get to the show how. So now I asked you the question, we got you sucked into the story, and now I'm going to show you how it ends. Okay. So then I show them what? They had this great fall, this great crash. Their business isn't working. They're overwhelmed. They're not making any money, and their family is mad. They never get to see them. Their life is nothing. The whole lifestyle thing of leaving a job and going into a business, the dream is a nightmare. So I show them what? Okay. I show them the dream. What is the dream? Okay. For my clients, I show them how to scale their business from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less without any of the stress, struggle, or overwhelm. Isn't that what they want? That's the outcome. I want to have the money without working so hard and hustle and hair loss and headaches. And so they want that outcome. Okay. And we're giving them the pain or the pleasure. What's the outcome? To eliminate the pain or to have more of the pleasure. So I show them how to go from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less without any of the stress, struggle, or overwhelm, because wasn't that the problem? Right. And so that they can have the lifestyle they've always wanted. Right. Or so they never have to go back to a job again. Right? You pick which pain or pleasure do you want to end with. Either one should hit home with them. When it hits home, you know. When it doesn't, it probably tells you that you don't know your avatar well enough. And you might need to go back to the middle step and really nail that. Who exactly are you talking to? Okay. So this is the know how. Okay. The power of the know how is you're talking about their dream. They're just begging you to talk to them, to connect with them. You're showing them the outcome. They don't care about your product at all. They don't care about your service or your solution or who you work for, or how long you've been in business or what your title is. They do not care about you. Keep that in mind. They care about their outcome and eliminating their pain and maximizing their pleasure. That's how simple it is. And really, this is 2 sentences. 2 sentences can make you a fortune. So I made $75,000 in 1 day with 1 power pitch where I wasn't even a featured speaker. In fact, I had a horrible seat in the room, but people came running up to me. I'm that person. I need that. Right? So what is it going to be for you? Let's dive a little deeper. Here's some of the things that will help you. Remember, what we're doing is telling a story. You need to leave them wanting for more. Okay. It's sort of like, if the kimono, you show a little bit of shoulder, but you don't take the whole thing off, or you show a little leg, but not past the knee. Okay. You're giving them a tease of what you do, but you are not at all really talking about yourself. A power pitch is the bait, right? It's like, oh, what is that? You never say what you do in your power pitch. So this is very, very important. So how do you know it works? There's 3 ways that you know it works. They will ask you, well, how do you do that? Or, oh, that sounds like me. Or, I know somebody who needs that. I know somebody perfect for that. And how do we elicit the response that we want? We ask one question at the end. That question is, do you know anybody like that? Right? So I should show them how to go from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less without any stress or struggle or overwhelm. Do you know anybody like that? I'm going to go, yeah, that's me. I want that. Or I do know somebody, or I I am that person. I've been going through that. That's what we hear the most when people meet us and ask. Now, the key is it's not just you telling your power pitch and your story. Everybody in your company needs to do this as well. They have to want to know more. If at the end of your power pitch they go, yeah, that's nice, and they start to walk away or back away, you didn't nail it. You didn't make it about them. You probably made it about yourself, and that's why it failed. It's very black and white. It will either skyrocket your business or it'll be a total failure. Which one is it going to be for you? So this is the script, right? So you can capture this. You can just go to the link that we keep putting in here. It's www.theiconicleader.com/power pitch. Okay. You can go in. It's all free. Don't worry. It's not going to bite you, not going to sell you anything. It's for you to put in your power pitch, see the steps, and then get your help with the right power pitch. Okay. If it's awesome, we'll tell you. If it sucks, we'll tell you. We're not going to sugarcoat it. Okay. So here's the 2 factors you must know. The client must know your one solution, and you must know the client's one problem. Okay. So if you don't know their problem, you're not going to know how to deliver a good power pitch. If they don't know you can solve their problem and you can deliver the outcome for them, they will not trust you and they won't ask you anything else. If you make it any reference to your product, service, or offer in the power pitch, they will feel like you are a slimy salesperson. Okay. Don't be that guy. Okay. Now, is this making sense? There is a lot of this that we could dive a lot deeper into, but what I want to do is give you the framework, and I want to make sure I'm giving you a place to go so that you can actually get one done this week. We have a lot of big events coming up, holidays, all kinds of things. You want to make sure you have this nailed, and you should be out there networking, and you should be talking to people. This power pitch is everywhere. It's in your talks. It's in your lives. Wherever you go, it should be somewhere in your bio. There's a version of it. If you go back over 275 of these shows of Iconic TV, I do live every Tuesday at 5. And if you go back to every single one, and every single one, I say my power pitch, you probably don't notice it because it's not a pitch. It doesn't feel salesy. Okay. So you need to follow the rules. These are very important. This is where people miss. They think, oh, it sounds so great. Okay. Let's go over these 3 rules. And let me tell you why these 3 rules are so important. If you miss these 3 rules, it just doesn't hit home. Okay. You must have visual language. The brain thinks in pictures. Keep this in mind. It's responsive to pictures. It keeps it motivated and moving forward, right? Motive in action, moving forward. If you go all logical, you're going to engage the ego, and then they're going to start moving away, right? Because it's something different. So you must speak in pictures. All of your language must be visual and evoke a picture. If you come in with some flowery words like, I hold the space for you and help enhance your enlightenment of blah, blah, blah. All these flowery words that people use online and they think they're so pretty. It doesn't work. Okay. It just doesn't work. Knock it off. Okay. It's really simple. You're talking to a 3rd grader or a 5th grader. Don't get fancy here. And your tonality, the pace, the volume, very, very important. Because remember, this is sort of like a roller coaster. So you know how, and like entrepreneurs get into the business and there's just like da 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 da. You can almost hear the music, right? And there's this tension of yes, 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 this is what I want. And then it falls off. Yeah, but this happened, this crash happened, right? So this tonality and this pace and this pitch and the volume and all of that is part of it. It's theatric, okay? And it's third party. You're talking to them as if they're not your ideal client and you're saying it, well, you know how other people have this thing? Well, I help those other people with this. That's another reason why it does not feel salesy. These are the 3 rules. That's all I need you to keep in mind for right now. Okay. So if you're not ready, you're like, I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I need more help. Or I've never done one of these. Or I know mine is awful. Or I'm so close, but it's not working. Then why don't you let us help you and get a review? Okay. So we will go to that link. I want you to go to the link at the bottom of that screen here, the iconicleader.com/power pitch. You will enter your know-how statement. You'll enter your show-how statement and submit. That's all. Okay. Those are the 3 steps. It isn't hard. You're not going to have to give up your firstborn or anything. Just enter those 3 things, your know-how and your show-how, click the button, and then guess what? Then I personally will give you the feedback. Okay. So it's first come, first serve. So this is the formula. This is the worksheet I'm telling you about. When you go there, you can get this, okay? And it breaks down the different questions that you have to answer and what you fill in. And if you want that, you're just going to go either just type formula down below or go to the link that we gave you and the link that will be down below. And when you go there, you'll get that. You'll fill all that in and you can have that. So if you do need multiple power pitches, then we can give you all of those. So this is the structure, right? This is the worksheet on how you're going to fill it in so you don't miss any of the vital steps. We make it really simple. Remember, this is about a story. And always remember, you need multiple stories in your business. It's just that the power pitch comes first. And this will give you an arc of where you need to go with your stories. A lot of people are so into quickly selling on the first hit. Don't do that. Okay. We call that having sex on the first date. It's not recommended in life, and closing on the first call is not recommended the first time you talk to somebody. So you start with your power pitch. That's story number 1. Next thing you should do is you should have some sort of a hello call or some way to get in touch with that person and just touch base. Nothing to sell. Then go into more refining, seeing if that person is in your funnel. Are they going to fall out at the bottom of the funnel? And that's your clarity call. Don't spend more than 10 minutes on this. We do this all the time. We offer this to you. If you want to see how to double your profits in 5 minutes, hop on a clarity call with us and I will show you exactly how to do it. And the whole call is going to take you less than 10 minutes. So that's our clarity call. We want everyone to make more profit, not worry about the revenue. If you make revenue, you might not always make profit, but if you make profit, you're always going to have revenue, right? Focus on the profit. It's so easy. And if you do want a 5-minute profit call, okay, we can do that. Just go to callconnie.com. In 10 minutes, you'll be off the phone, and I will have shown you in that time how you can double your profits in your business without spending 1 penny on any more marketing or advertising or anything. So you have that quick call. Again, each call is moving them forward along the line. And, you've heard about a funnel. I like to think of it as a flow. And then what do you do next? Is there some way that you might have a live event that they may come to? We do a workshop and have people come for free. Everyone's like, it's free for 2 hours? Yes, a free workshop, and give you more in that workshop than you ever get with any course that you buy. So you might have a free event, you might not. You might just go and skip the blue card, right? And go straight to the purple one, which is your strategy call. That is your closing call, and that is always face to face or on a Zoom call. Don't do your close on the phone. Do not do it on email. Do not send a proposal on email. That's just lazy and it never works, does it? All you do is chase, chase, chase. People need 9 to 16 touches before they trust you. They need 7 hours of content in 4 different platforms to really buy from you if you're high ticket. And we always propose that you build a high ticket business. That's the way you're going to get to 7 figures. We're not here to take you to 6 figures. We're here to take you to 7 figures. Okay. 6 figures anybody can do. And you can do it on your own. It might take you a lot longer. But to go to 7 figures in a year, that's what our specialty is. So this is very important, right? This is how we always picture it, like the Stepford Wives, right? Everybody's lined up with the exact same look, exact same story. And nothing sticks in your head better than a story. So stories can express the most complicated ideas in the most digestible ways. And when you start your story with somebody else with a power pitch, that power pitch is going to distinguish you from everyone else. So there's not a lot to it. Remember, it's just those 2 sentences, but every word in that counts. And that is why you really need to get that framework and that worksheet so that you can get it right. But it is pretty simple. So remember, this is your first story, okay? What this does is it really helps set up your brand. This is the year of the brand, right? Last year we had the year of the video. Now it's the year of the brand. If you're not distinguished as your brand and your value and reputation and everything isn't solid, you are going to have a very difficult time going forward. It establishes your value, right? And it creates intrigue, okay? You want people to think, wow, that's really interesting. I haven't heard that before. That's different than what other people do. That's what you're trying to establish. All you want them to do is want more connection to you. So are you wanting more connection to me? Hopefully, if you are, just book a call, okay? Anything that you need some help with, that's what we're here to do. So what you're doing, the power pitch is story number 1. And that's where you're going to start. But you need a multiple layers of stories and stories within everything. Everything is stories. Think of this. Jesus was famous, right? How did he become such a great leader? Through the power of storytelling. If it works for him, it'll work for us. So think of these 3 areas that you need to have your stories in. You start with the power pitch. You also need an origin story. Origin is like, why did you start your business? It can't just be I needed money or I got laid off. There has to be a theme, something around that makes people go, well, that's an interesting story. And then what are client stories? What have clients done? These are just the 3 basics out of over 27 different types of stories that you can have in your business. So we have a vault of all these stories already written up and done for you. And it's literally a vault. You can go to the CEO Story Bank, but ceostorybank.com, and you can access all of these stories that are already done for you. Because the power pitch is the first one, it doesn't stop there. You need more. And so you want to make sure that as you go along, you're building up an arsenal of stories that you can tell all the time. When you're telling stories, you are not selling. And for those of you who are uncomfortable selling, become a master storyteller. You don't have to write a book. So the perfect power pitch, okay? This is what everyone wants, right? This is the answer to the elevator pitch. And what you want to know when you perfect it, how do you perfect it? Ask other people, what do they do? So what do you do for a living? Okay. And record it in your phone 5 times. So just read it and say it again and again and again and again 5 times in your phone. Say it in your chats, in your DMs, wherever you're going, start using it, and also use it in your live events. But the key thing is you need to get it down, you need to memorize it, and you need to practice live. It's one thing to practice with your friends, also you're amazing. Practice with strangers. I love to send our clients out to Starbucks and accidentally, purposefully bump into someone. And then how quickly can you flip that story to what do they do? Right? You might bump into someone like, wow, that's an awesome handbag. What kind of work do you do? It's that quick. You don't have to go on and on and on. Just go right to the point, right? Wow, you're very dressed up. What kind of work do you do? Oh, I do this. What are people can say every single time? They're going to turn right back at you and say, well, what do you do? You need them to do that so that you can start with your power pitch. You don't just go, hi. You know how that doesn't work. Okay, that is very phony. So do this, record it, listen to it over and over and over and over. It's cringeworthy in the beginning, and then you'll switch it as you get better and say it over and over again. Just listen to that. Forget watching other people's lives. Go get your power pitch down. You don't need to hire me for this. I'm giving you all this stuff that we do for our clients right now for free. So again, if you want the help, you're going to go to the link, you're going to enter your know-how and your show-how, and then you're going to hit submit. That's it. It's so simple. And then you get the framework so you can do this again. Okay. So this is how simple it is. If you want to get more approvals, more validation, more visibility, more clients, more credibility, start doing this. It's going to give you all of this. But ultimately, it turns into more leads because you're going to put it out wherever you go on social media or ads or marketing or pieces or letters or whatever, emails. You're going to get more appointments. You're going to get more clients and you're going to make more money. It's that simple. So if this makes sense to you, all I want you to do is just type hashtag power pitch. We'll get you the link if you need it. And anything that we can help you out with, we are happy to do because this is what we do. We come here every Tuesday and this is your money fix, right? We're always going to fix entrepreneurs' money issues. We're going to do it right here by giving you strategies and the principles that will take you from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less without any of the stress, struggle, or overwhelm. And if you don't want to do this and you're like, this is too hard, we can do anything for you. So if you do want to scale beyond 6 figures faster, let us do the heavy lifting for you so you can focus on just putting money in the bank. And all we'll do is hop on a call for 10 minutes, figure out what you need. We'll point you in the right direction. If we can help you and you want to work with us directly, great. If you just needed some guidance on where to go, we can help you out with that. And all you need to do right now is just go to that website. Enter your power pitch. You're going to go there. This is what the website looks like when you get there. You're going to see that image there. And you just say, let's begin, enter those 2 pieces of information, and you're set. It can't get any easier than that. So remember, keep your business simple, and then we systemize it, and then we scale it. So we will see you here for another Money Fix next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Have a great day and be iconic.